Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday to you all. It's time for me to do my little reading devotion on joy. Today, the subject is the reject bin. How many of you have ever felt like a reject? I'm sure we all have at least once in our life. Some of us have felt that way a whole lot more. At a popular candy factory, jelly beans are meticulously sorted. Only those that arrive at the end of the line with a perfect shape, size, texture, and gloss qualify for a package bearing the company logo. How many of you guys like jelly beans? I'm not a fan. The rest are considered flops and dropped into the reject bin. Since the bin contains more than 1,000,000 beans that still taste fine, even if they are ugly, the imperfect candies are dumped into big bags and sold in the factory gift shop. Instead of being artfully displayed on racks or filling pretty jars, the bags are heaped on a table and sold for dirt cheap. The ironic thing is that the cast-off candies are hot sellers. Every other person in the gift shop has a bag or several bags of funny-looking jelly beans. Maybe I appreciate these yummy undesirables because I started out as a flop, destined for the reject bin. At least that's the way some saw me. When I was a baby, Mom noticed that I squinted all of the time and turned my head away from bright lights. While other infants stared at their moms with awe, I wouldn't keep eye contact with my parents at all. It took eye doctors 8 years to find out that I had a rare vision problem called, I'm not even going to say the word, it starts with an A condition that leaves me without cone cells in my eyes. Cone cells are needed for filtering out bright light, distinguishing color, and seeing details. While my parents waited and struggled to find out exactly what was wrong with my eyes, and eventually my sister Sherry's eyes, they heard all kinds of discouraging comments from doctors and teachers. Stop treating your daughter like she's normal, because she isn't. Oh, that's so harsh. Maybe Jeanette can't learn colors because she just isn't smart enough. That's horrible to say to a kid, or say about a kid. Next year, we'll probably start teaching her Braille and get her ready to transfer to a school for the blind. Most likely, your daughter won't go to college. Even after transferring to a school district that had a great program for visually impaired kids and finding an excellent eye doctor who insisted that Sherry and I be treated as normal, I still found myself feeling like a dud sometimes. I wasn't exactly a top pick for sports. My dark glasses, constantly blinking, odd reading style made me an easy target for teasing, but teachers didn't appreciate the extra help I needed. It didn't help that nobody ever made fun of my sister Sherry. What was so special about her? Worse yet, what was wrong with me? Maybe those doctors and teachers were right. I wasn't normal. I was just a flop. I was a reject. In high school, I discovered drama and public speaking. My classmates seemed to forget about my weirdness and appreciate my abilities. But the damage had already been done. Behind my good acting skills, I still felt like a defective product. One thing helped. Mom and Dad shared stories from my early years. I guess I'd proven those experts wrong. What would they say if they found out that their dud actually graduated from a regular high school, was involved in normal activities, finished college, and enjoyed a rich life? Excuse me. So when those moments of insecurity come, and they still do, I look at how God turned those dismal predictions around. In His eyes, I am not flawed. I turned out exactly as He had planned. Sure, He gave me limitations, but He also gave me strength. I don't hide defects behind my talents. Instead, they are proof that I am more than that girl with the vision problem. The world may not have expected a lot from a kid who was legally blind, but my Creator had great plans for her. Excuse me. I love to read about God turning rejects into amazing tools for His glory. Look at the way Jesus reached out to them. In a society where anyone with a disability was considered cursed by God, Jesus saw a blind man and told His disciples. This happened so that the work of God might be displayed in His life. That's John chapter 9. Instead of pushing him away at the rest of the pushing him away as the rest of the crowd did, Jesus healed the man. He chose men and women with social limitations, tax collectors, women, dirty fishermen, to share in his ministry and spread the gospel. God is not limited by our limitations. In fact, they provide greater opportunities for him to show the truth. In 2 Corinthians 12:9, my power is made perfect in weakness. I like to think, actually I know, that God is using my limitations, my sickness and illnesses, to spread his word to others. I fully believe that. I try to use my sickness and illness and all of that, my crazy health journey, to spread kindness and encouragement and inspiration to others, and of course, spread Jesus too. The love of Jesus can go so far, and I know others see that in me. I know God expects that of me. When I think of my life this way, I not only stop seeing myself as flawed, I actually thank God for my low vision that is entirely absent of color, and any other weaknesses that leave me dependent on him and his ability to do the unexpected. How many of you have limitations or illnesses or something in your life that makes you feel like a reject? Please don't feel that way. I promise you that you are enough. God created you to be you. We're not here to impress anyone. The only one that we are here on earth to impress is the Lord. And just strive to do that daily. Stop feeling like a reject, because I promise you, you're not. Nobody is a reject. Here is a special prayer for you. Dear Lord, living in a world that demands and praises perfection makes it really hard to accept my flaws. I thank you for the plans you have for me, plans that go far beyond the expectations of others. Thank you for that. Thank you that in your eyes I am a perfect creation, your one and only masterpiece, set apart from anybody else. Lord, I love you, I praise you, and I thank you for all things, and it's in your name that I pray. Amen. Guys, I have some questions just for you to ask yourself. What limitations, whether physical, social, developmental, do you fear might hold you back in the future? Please don't let them hold you back. How has God allowed you to excel beyond your expectations or the expectations of others? What are some of your greatest strengths? How has God used your limitations for good? In which biblical hero do you admire most, and why? I sure would like to know which biblical hero that you do admire the most. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think. I hope you guys have a great day. Just remember, you're no reject. If you feel that way, if you're feeling down and depressed, if you're struggling, reach out to me. I'll do all that I can to help you, even if it's just a prayer. I love y'all. Have a great day. Bye.